extraordinary. Toastmaster Will Cottrell.
One machine can do the work of 50 ordinary men. But no machine can do the work of one extraordinary man. This is a quote by a gentleman named Elbert Hubbard, who lived between 1856 and 1915. Can you imagine the machines he saw back then? Nothing like today's. He was an American writer, apparently a philosopher. He was also a businessman. By the way, you might know him by another phrase that he's been credited with. When life gives you lemons. Yep, same guy. Madam Chair, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, honored guests, are you extraordinary? You know, my entire career I've worked in IT. Lots of machines, right? We heard a little bit about some of those machines a little bit earlier today in some of our opening sessions, talking about the iPhones. See plenty of them sitting around here today. Lots of machines. Is it the machines that make us extraordinary? No. You know, like I said, I spent my entire career doing this, and whenever I first started, and no one in here is old enough to remember this probably, computers used to just have that old green screen. Y'all might have heard about those in your history books, you know, the little old green screen. Now we've grown to what? 3D, 4K televisions, cars talking back to us. We've come a long way, but has the technology and the machine come a long way, or have us people come a long way? Is it more about that extraordinary person, or is it that machine? That phone sitting on the table right over there. There's more technology sitting in that one device than what put us on the moon. So what put us on the moon? The machine, or the men and women that had the determination, the desire, the feeling that they just were not going to quit until we accomplished that goal? If I'm not mistaken, the president set the goal that by the end of the 60s, we would be on the moon. And what year did we make it to the moon? 1969. We made it. It wasn't the machines that made it, it was the people. It was what's inside of them. Because I also teach college, like a couple of the gentlemen before me today, and one of the main things that I bring up in there when we're talking about these technology classes is that that machine is not really all that intelligent. At the end of the day, it's not what it can do, it's what can you do with it. I have actually taught classes with gentlemen who have worked out, and when they come in, their hands are literally trembling, not wanting to touch a mouse, don't want to touch that. They're scared of it. And I tell them something really simple. You know that machine can only do one thing. And every one of us in this room can do that same one thing. It only knows how to add. What? It can't subtract, it can't divide, it can't multiply, it can't do anything else it can add. It can add very fast, but all it can do is add. It can't reason, it can't empathize, it can't change. It can only do what we tell it to do. Now, sometimes what we tell it to do is maybe not what it thinks we're telling it to do, and I'm sure a few of y'all have had that urge every now and then to just kind of, yeah. IT guys get that same urge too. Just Friday we were trying to fight a few printers, and I guarantee you I could have pushed them out of a window. So, but again, it's not the confines of that machine that makes something extraordinary. It's the confines of, it's the human mind sitting behind it that can reason, that can rationalize, that can make it do things that 10, 20, 50 years ago, we didn't even think were possible. It's kind of a coincidence with this particular topic today. Just yesterday was the 140th anniversary of another pretty popular machine. Y'all might have heard of a gentleman named Alexander Graham Bell. Do you possibly remember what he invented? Another machine. But it took an extraordinary man to make it happen. So when you're looking at those devices today, when you're looking at what they enable us to accomplish, when you look at what we've been able to come through throughout the history of this entire world, you have to think about, is it the machines that have made us who we are today? Or is it the work, the efforts, the skills, the determination of those extraordinary people? So I would leave you today with a challenge. When you're coming away from here, when you're driving home, when you're sitting there at night, when you're getting frustrated with your computer, when you're in front of your smart TV, when you're in front of, shoot, even nowadays, the self-checkout line at the store. Is it the machine that is extraordinary? Or is it actually you that is extraordinary? Madam Chair?